The men marked by flames is one of the biggest mysteries in One Piece right now. But Oda has already dropped several hints that connect him directly to Shanks. Back in chapter 1076, Shanks says something very interesting. He mentions that he has been drinking a lot because he recently talked to an old friend. The important detail is this: both of them believe the other was dead. At first, this line felt random. Most fans assumed Shanks was talking about Dory and Broggy or Scopper Gaban. But after the recent chapters, neither of them truly fits. Let's start with Dory and Broggy. They don't match the both thought the other was dead part. Shanks clearly knew they were alive, and they most likely knew Shanks was alive too. Their 100-year duel was famous, and Shanks is one of the most well-known pirates in the world. Also, think about this logically. Would Shanks order two old friends he hasn't seen for decades to go to Egghead and fight the Gorosei to help Luffy? No. That's not how Shanks treats friends. Dory and Broggy are allies, not secret operatives. Now let's talk about Scopper Gaban, who is even less likely. We already know that Shanks and Gaban were together 14 years ago, and they've stayed in contact since then. Shanks captured Loki 6 years ago, which shortens the timeline even more. On top of that, Elbaf is under Shanks' protection, meaning Shanks visits the island often, if anything. Outside of his own crew, Scopper Gaban is probably the person Shanks meets the most. So why would Shanks believe Gaban was dead? And why would Gaban think the same about Shanks? It makes no sense, especially since Gaban has been living peacefully with his family for over 20 years. Because of this, I don't think the tavern scene was about Dory, Broggy, or Gaban at all. And there's another key detail: Shanks visits Elbaf regularly. So if this old friend lived there, why wouldn't he come to see Shanks before he leaves? Especially if they hadn't met in years, that suggests this person does not live in Elbaf and likely disappeared before Shanks ever settled there. Which brings us to the obvious conclusion: the old friend is the man marked by flames. I don't believe Oda will introduce a completely new character at this stage, someone who doesn't even know whether Shanks is alive or dead. That would be strange. Shanks is one of the most active and famous pirates in the world. He stopped the Marineford War, clashed with Kaido, met the Gorosei, and declared his move for the One Piece. All of that was global news, so how could anyone doubt whether Shanks is alive? And on the flip side, Shanks knows almost every major secret in the world, yet even he didn't know whether this person was alive. The only way this makes sense is if this character was completely isolated from the world, hiding for many years, a mysterious figure, a lurking legend. Someone who possesses a Road Poneglyph, yet no one knows what he looks like. That description fits the man marked by flames perfectly. There's also a very interesting pattern. So far, the man marked by flames has only been mentioned by people who either oppose Shanks or are directly entangled with him. Eustace Kid, Blackbeard. Kid first mentions him near the end of Wano, right when Shanks declares he's going for the One Piece. Soon after that, Kid goes to Elbaf. Shanks is in a tavern, talking about his old friend. Kid confronts the red-haired pirates on the shore. The timing is way too perfect to be accidental. So when did Shanks and this man become friends? There are three possible answers. Option 1. Before 24 years ago, Roger era. This would mean they met when Shanks was still on Roger's ship, but this option is weak. We've already seen almost everyone from that era. Roger's crew, Whitebeard's crew, Rock's crew, Wano legends. The only character who slightly fits the theme is Shiki, but it's very unlikely that Shiki and Shanks were close friends, so this option doesn't feel right. Option 2. During Shanks' clash with Blackbeard. This is much more interesting. We still don't know the full story behind Shanks' encounter with Blackbeard, the one that gave Shanks his iconic scar. Now that we know both Shanks and Teach are master planners, that clash doesn't feel random anymore. What if Shanks didn't fight Blackbeard alone? If the men marked by flames fought alongside Shanks during that incident, the chaos afterward could explain why both believed the other had died. This event might have been far bigger than we realize. Option 3. Mary Geoise, former Holy Knight theory. This is my favorite option. Sharia once speculated that the men marked by flames might be connected to the world government. That alone is a massive hint. We know that Shanks spent time at Mary Geoise. We also saw Shanks and Harold interacting there, with clear mutual respect. And in the latest chapter, Shanks was deeply affected by Harold's death. Now here's the key detail. In chapter 1168, it was revealed that Shanks left Mary Geoise right before officially becoming a Holy Knight. At first, it sounded like Shanks just needed to finish a few missions. But that's not how it works. The Gorosei stated that only 13 people can hold depths and abyssal covenants. The Gorosei themselves also possess covenant abilities. This means there are only 8 active Holy Knights at any given time. So Shanks wasn't earning the position. He was meant to fill an empty seat. And we see proof of this system when Harold suddenly becomes a Holy Knight. The Gorosei offered him the position because he was next in line after Shanks. This exact system exists everywhere in One Piece. Yonko replacements, Admiral replacements, even Gorosei replacements. When Saturn died, Figureland Garling replaced him almost instantly, and when Garling became a Gorosei, a Holy Knight seat became vacant. Right after that, Shamrock and Gunko went to Elbaf to recruit Loki. The numbers must always stay balanced, so what happened 14 years ago? A Holy Knight disappeared, Shanks vanished the same day, Harold took Shanks' place, and here's where it gets chilling. Saturn was burned by black flames when he died. What if the man marked by flames is a former Holy Knight who tried to escape Imu, was burned in the process, but survived? That would perfectly explain his title. Shanks and this man could have been secret allies at Mary Geoise. This man may have revealed the deepest secrets of the world to Shanks, and we already know Imu cannot fully monitor everyone. Shanks helped Fisher Tiger escape, and Imu didn't notice. Imu had no idea what happened in Elbaf. Imu couldn't sense Harold's death. This means Holy Knights could meet in secret. Their departure wasn't random, it was planned. That would also explain why Shanks believed this man might be dead, and why Shanks was so angry after Harold's death. Shanks respected Harold, but he likely blamed himself. If Shanks had never left, Harold would never have taken that position. And never died. The Road Poneglyph that once belonged to Fishman Island is now said to be in the possession of the men marked by flames. That alone proves this is not a random character. You don't just walk into Fishman Island and take a Road Poneglyph. Whitebeard protected that island, and Oda himself once said he would introduce a lurking legend connected to Whitebeard. This fits perfectly. Also, notice something important. Oda has never confirmed that this character is a pirate. He always explicitly labels pirates, but not this man. Why would a pirate hold a Road Poneglyph and not actively chase the others? That would only make him a massive target. But if his goals align with Shanks, then everything makes sense. The Roger pirates learned they were too early, so each of them took on a role. Crocus guides pirates into the Grand Line. Rayleigh prepares Luffy for the New World. Gabon waits in Elbaf. Gabon holding Loki's keys is no accident. He was waiting for Luffy. He tested him, saw Nika, then gave him the keys. Shanks was waiting too, and now, the man marked by flames is ready to move. This lurking legend will be revealed in 2026, likely after Elbaf. Gabon is the bridge. Before the Straw Hats leave Elbaf, he may reveal the final truth. Everything is connected. Everything was preparation, and now, the final phase has begun. If you love deep One Piece lore, hidden clues, and endgame theories, this one is for you. Don't forget to like the video, comment your theory, subscribe for more One Piece breakdowns. Thanks for watching. Bye.